So May 22nd, 2015, Kaser was diagnosed with a Wilms tumor. And just a few days later, he had surgery to remove his kidney and started chemo, which he did for 9 months and did 8 days of radiation. And March 30th of 2016, he was declared in remission.
And you don't really know what to do, where to go, what to turn to. Raised in the church, but a buddy of mine really said something that hit home, was that my relationship with the Lord will never be the same. It's either going to go backward or forward.
Our darkest moment probably came when, after we heard that Kaser's tumor was more aggressive, when we had to face-to-face our head oncologist and just say, is my son going to survive this disease for the treatment? That's a tough question to have to ask. The day of Kaser's surgery, the oncologist came in afterward and told us that even though surgery went really well, they suspected that his tumor was aggressive based on his appearance. So he likely would have to have different, harder kinds of chemotherapy, and that's when it confirmed to us that we'd have to do radiation as well. And that totally changed his prognosis. So we had about 8 days to just pray that that was wrong and what the pathologists were seeing would be wrong. So that was a low point for us.
That was a miracle that we saw, because the doctors, they took 2 or 3 times the amount of time to make that decision, because they couldn't believe what they were seeing. And I totally believe that was power of prayer.
When we talked about hope, even more so than hope, when you get to feel the true peace that passes understanding that the Bible explains, we've heard this concept, peace that passes understanding, but to be able to feel a peace in the midst of cancer or whatever disease you're experiencing could only come from God. I mean, we couldn't go through what we went through with having a baby in the middle of cancer treatment and having a daughter starting school and a 2-year-old son in the hospital. We couldn't have dealt with all that without the peace that God provided to us, and that gave us the hope that every day we were going to be able to have that peace and we could keep moving on, and that was irreplaceable. And finally, another great hope that we felt is we knew that every life had purpose. We had already experienced miscarriages in our marriage, which were terrible in and of themselves, and we knew that those babies, we could already claim that their lives had purpose. The Bible tells us that every life has a purpose. And then we move on to our 2-year-old son, not knowing how long his life is going to be, but knowing that God had created him, had designed him, had known his life story before he was even in my womb, that his life had a purpose and we were going to use it. And one of those purposes is we've never said no to being able to share his story or being able to proclaim God's goodness from within what he did within us. And we pray that we're able to keep the passion that we learned about through that experience for us and just keep it rolling. And someday, Kaser and our other kids can go back and read and hear about just what he went through that hopefully he doesn't even remember. But that his is a family that is rooted in the hope and peace that God provides to us.